Alright guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all the Amazon lights and the aux beam lights because I still get a lot of questions even though it's been quite a while since I posted about either one. A lot of people want to run rock lights but aren't really sure on how to install it on this body style truck as well as what to go with. So I'm going to show you the Amazon, which is some footage that I filmed and never posted, and then we'll show you from the aux beam light video that as well, and then at the end of the video I'll give my final thoughts on which one I prefer and you know, just final wrap up video on running rock light. With that being said, let's go ahead and check it out. All right guys, so y'all probably already saw the aux beam rock light install, but I did want to make this video just in case people wanted to see the real setup I have with the Amazon lights. There's your numbers if you want to look those up. Don't really know. Got them off Amazon. They were pretty basic, but they have actually done really good. So I've had them on the truck for probably, I don't even know, probably going on a year now. And honestly, I didn't do the cleanest install. I'm going to do this new one much better. I'm sure you've already seen. So I'm pretty excited for that. But I'm going to just show you all how I had them hooked up. And honestly, like I said, not the cleanest install. I've kind of got it all bundled up right here. But we got the positive, negative, obviously. And then they have this little harness that comes with the kit. And you have to use part of it just for the connectors. And then it goes, as you can see, the line follows over all the way to there, and then I've got them branching off going down in the fender wells, and then I've got them pretty hidden. This is how they're mounted in there. Hopefully you can see. Nothing too complicated, just in the felt right there, and then running down. And a lot of people ask where I have the switch at, so if we come in here, there is my switch. So you might wonder, how is it in here? Well, it's just ran through here, but then underneath the carpet right here, there is a little bitty plug that you can drill out and then obviously seal up once you put a wire through it, but that's what I did. So I'll show you all that in a second. But as you can see, for a single wheel light, I mean, honestly, they're very bright. I really enjoyed them. Let me turn the lights off real quick, honestly. But even you can even see, of course, as you see as well, throws some kind of wonky shadows. Unless you have like a bajillion, it's going to throw some shadows. But let's cut the lights off. And so I think it looks absolutely great rolling down the road. So honestly, for the price point that they are, I would 100% recommend them. They have been great. They are a single white, and they are the manual switch. You can hook them up everything, but obviously they're not going to be Bluetooth. Let's see if I can get under here and show you all the plug. So hopefully y'all can see right here is where the plug is at, and that is just, you pop that out, drill this a little bit, run your wires through there, silicone it up, and you're good to go. So that's how you can get your switch inside your truck, so that you're not having to, I don't know, get out, turn the light on or whatever. So pretty easy. I just want to make this video just showing y'all kind of my extreme budget setup. And like I said, we're going to make it a lot better with these aux beam lights y'all have already seen at this point. So hopefully everything turned out really good and got us a lot more light. And that's why I was kind of talking in that one about keeping single puddle light right here, because honestly, it's bright enough for me. I don't want like super like spaceship going down the road. Honestly, it's bright enough for me. But if you see, all this is dark. There's no lights down there. So what I'm thinking, I don't know if I did this or not, but what I was thinking about doing, keeping one here, putting the second one that would be there from the wheel well, put it there, then the third one there, and then the other one up there. So then you've got it kind of doing some neon kind of crap, but I think it would look cool. So that's probably what we're going to do. Y'all already saw, but yeah. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. so first things first, go ahead, pop your hood, undo your batteries. That way we got no power going anywhere. You don't want to accidentally touch something while you're under here doing something. And then we're going to take the fender liners out because we got to get in behind them and as well mount to them. So it's going to use, I don't know what size this is, but it's a little bitty guy, but they just go right there, and then you can loosen it out of there. And there's quite a few of them in here, but once you get them out, this is kind of a hard, almost like cardboard, but you know, whatever. Anyways, you don't really want to be too rough with them because you can crease them, you can crack them. Be careful with them. They will come out of the fender liner. They're behind like this stuff right here. Just be careful, take your time, get these laid down, and then you can really begin the process of laying things out and seeing exactly how you want to run everything and where you want to mount it. All right, so this is going to be frustrating. All these hold this freaking fender liner in. And so as you can see, this thing's dirty. Y'all know we've been through a little bit of mud and whatnot. I'm gonna definitely clean this up outside as well as clean up in here because it's got some grime and stuff, and it's just a good idea to do that because all this can eventually cause corrosion, so why not clean it while we got it off. So then once we get this cleaned up, we'll kind of start lining up everything, see exactly where we want to put stuff. I have decided to keep the 1 per wheel well, and we're going to do 2 on the frame. So we're just going to have it like this, and we're going to drill us 2 holes for the screws to come through. I am not going to be reusing or using these. So if you just have the metal wheel wells, these are definitely going to be a good thing to use. However, on my application, which you can do completely different if you want, it just makes sense to not use this because then this is going to make it hang down low, and I don't want them to be visible. Let's go ahead and throw one of these in there so it doesn't have that sliding problem. One reason why I do like coming up through this little guy is because there is already a hole right here for the alignment that goes up into the engine bay, so you can just run your cable straight through there. It makes it very convenient. Wow, that went in my shirt. Just gonna clip these babies off. They're nice and tight. Just gonna clip them off right there. Very nice and secure. So in all reality, this fender well could go back in, but we're gonna do the back ones before so that we've still got plenty of access to clean up our wires and stuff along the truck. All right, so now that we got this one, you're basically gonna do this exact thing on all 4. I'm not gonna show you all 4 because I just showed you this one and it's no different, except for the back looks a little bit different, but it's the same idea. Just right there where that little guy is, and screw it down, chop the ends off, or use different hardware if you want, whatever you want to do. So let's do that, and I will catch up with y'all as soon as I get them all installed and the fender liners back in the truck. Alright guys, we'll just finished up doing the aux beam rock light install, and we went with the 1 per wheel well and then 2 going down the frame here and here. I'll obviously show you all how I got them installed and how everything looks in a little bit, but I did want to just give a brief overview. I did have one issue with the lights, one of the rock lights, but reached out to aux beam, they did send me another, so all is good, good customer service. So no real complaints with that. So the install is pretty straightforward. All you really need as far as wiring is a ground hooked up down by the controller, and then a power, obviously. I've just got it running up here to the battery, and then a fuse in line, just precautionary, but just a single wire running back. And then we'll come under here. Right, so the one issue is the wiring is not super long, so I think maybe more designed for a Jeep or a smaller truck. So if you have a long bed or, you know, something pretty long, you might have difficulty. But right here is where I mounted the Bluetooth controller, which this is on my cross member. There's the transfer case, so drive shaft right here on this little ledge, and it worked pretty good. Everything was able to reach here, but this is the, you know, you pretty much have to get middle ground in order to make this work. But everything did work out good. I ran the ones through this cross member over here, up through the hole, and then out to the ones over here. And as you can see, I've got these mounted up here on that. So pretty easy on there. Not the easiest install just because there's not a ton of room. This thing's supposed to be super waterproof and everything, so I shouldn't have any issues out of it. We'll definitely see. But it comes with these good connectors, and you obviously tighten them down real good so no moisture or anything should get in there. So rather than drilling them, I just took a zip tie, and you can tighten it down really tight on this, going over the top, down to here, and that holds it in. It does shine a little bit on the frame, obviously, because it's at an angle right there, but I didn't want to drill into my truck, and this prevents you from having to do that. And as you can see, it still shines really good on the ground. There's just this little dead spot right here where obviously, you know, it's not going to see the center because the frame is here. But overall, really easy. You just have to zip tie all your wires up. Like obviously this one has got a ton of extra wire because it is so close to the box, whereas like the front one is completely stretched out. But you know, just zip tie them on all these little things, get them up out of the way, don't attach them to anything that moves or gets too hot, and you're pretty much set. I mean, fairly easy. I'll show you all where, let me see where I put my ground. So here's where I put my ground. You know, just clean you off a little spot, drill a little hole right there, your ground's good to go. And then you just have to run your one power wire up there with everything else. All right, so if we're being honest, rock lights, they're cool, they're fun, but I don't use them anymore at all. I definitely ran the white ones a lot more. I wish I had not even swapped them out, honestly, because it's not worth getting pulled over for running green or yellow or obviously red and blue. It's not worth me getting pulled over for something dumb like having my rock lights on and then getting a window tint ticket and getting an exhaust ticket and getting a tail light and headlight ticket and whatever else a policeman could technically probably give me a ticket for, or a citation, fix-it ticket, something other like that. It's just not worth the hassle, so I don't run them at all. I felt pretty confident with running the white ones and not getting in trouble for that because they're just white lights. They weren't super overly bright. They were just shining on the tires. They weren't something that was going to blind someone or distract you too much or anything like that, where I passed a lot of cops running those down the road, no issues whatsoever, never got hassled by anyone. So once I then got the aux beam, which they're multicolor, they're Bluetooth, it was more convenient than having a switch, but they also were multicolor and they never had a pure white, so I really never run them. I've got them on the truck still, but I just don't ever use them. The one back right one that you saw in the original video, it never wanted to act right, and honestly I was pretty much just over rock lights at that point. And so honestly, if it was me, I would just run white because that's the one you can actually run and get away with and not get in trouble. And all the other colors, sure, they're cool sometimes, but I guess I've just outgrown it. I mean, they just, I don't know. I don't ever use them. So I guess with that being said, if you like rock lights, I would recommend just getting white. Save your money on the other ones. If you want to get Bluetooth, sure. If you want to do a switch, that's fine too. But if you don't want to run them in the truck, whatever. The aux beam kit honestly was too small for a big truck. It was kind of a hassle to get it to work. It can work, but it was a hassle. So I'm sure if you have that kit, you know, it's just a hassle. It's honestly, if I was going to do it again, I'd just run as a switch because it's so much easier. You just run your wires and you're done. You don't have to worry about some Bluetooth box not connecting or whatever the case may be. So I guess this video is probably like 30 minutes long at this point, depending on what all I included in it. But I just wanted to do a final wrap it up. This is rock lights. I had some wheel lights I was going to put on the Duramax, and I ended up not putting them on the Duramax. I don't feel like putting them on here because it's just a nightmare and a half. So anyways, this is it. This is the last probably bit I'll talk about rock lights because I don't use them anymore. I'll probably eventually take them off my truck and just be done with them. But anyways, that's it. I'll see y'all in the next one.